Morning everyone, and welcome back to the Runpreneur vlog, where we discuss all things entrepreneurship and running. It is a fresh morning, it's about 4 degrees, not too bad, running conditions, a bit fresh but not too breezy, so I can't complain. And it's Wednesday Wellbeing today, where we discuss all things kind of mindset, wellbeing, mental health related. And today's topic is staying focused over the long term. So, as always, if you like this episode, please give it a like and a subscribe, and let's get started. So, staying focused over the long term. Now, this was a question from one of the Runpreneur community members, Jamie Medill, and this is an interesting one, and a lot of it comes down to awareness, in my honest opinion, because we all live in a world now where there's so many opportunities. Many of us are blinded to actually even see the opportunities in the first place, but the ones of us who are kind of entrepreneurial by nature and see these opportunities, the challenge that we face is what to act on, what not to act on, and how to remain focused on what we're trying to achieve. And I think for me it comes down to a couple of things. First and foremost, you need to search deep for your purpose and your passion. And there's books like The Power of Why by Simon Sinek, I think, that are really good for kind of unearthing this. But a really easy way to do it is, what do you want to achieve? What are you doing everything for? What's the underlying reason? And when you unearth it, ask why, and keep asking why. So, I want to earn lots of money. Why? Because I want to buy a boat. Why? Because I like the ocean. Why? Because I like fishing. Why? Because my kids, like to learn about fishing. I don't know, I'm just giving you an example. Why? Because my kids mean everything to me. Why? Because I'm a family man. Well, ultimately, that's a really crazy example there, but we've established that I want some money to buy a boat, but ultimately that's not what it's about. It's about providing an experience for my children, because I want to give my children the best childhood, something along those lines. But you ask why, and you go really deep to the inner core of what you're trying to do. Okay, and then when you understand that, you have to ask yourself there is a caveat to this, by the way, because if you're somebody who's just getting started in business and you have financial constraints that you're working within, or that you need to make money quick, then you need to go into hustle mode and kind of look at strategies for earning cash flow pretty quick. Okay, so they may not be in line with your why, but you get yourself to a stable level where you might be living a very cautious life, but you've got to a stage where it's sustainable now, and that's when you then dig for your whys. So once you've managed to unearth what that why, what your purpose is, what your passion and purpose is, and the deep underlying reason, any opportunity that then presents itself to you, is it in line with that? Yes or no? If the answer is no, bin it off, don't do it. As hard as it sounds, but there's another amazing book, which is The Power of No, isn't it? And I can't remember who the author is, but ultimately people forget that they think saying yes is another opportunity, they see all the upside. I'm a very positive person, but what you have to appreciate is if you say yes to something and you're already at capacity, then the impact it's going to have is not only will you not perform on what you've just said yes to or deliver on that, it will also have an adverse effect on all the existing projects and businesses that you have under operation. So there's not just one negative, there's multiple negatives, and that can actually that one decision could be the difference between you making it or not. So it's really, really important you understand the importance of these decisions. So the next thing to kind of then determine is, if it does fit, is it for now or is it for later? Okay, what we mean by that is that there's lots of evidence out there that suggests you should only focus on 3 to 7 things, projects, goals, milestones, businesses, whatever, at any given point in time. 7 is still very on the high side. I think 3 is perfect. If you can get to 3, well done. I generally sit around the 5 bracket, but I am consciously aware that I'd like to drop to 3. And it's like a conveyor belt of your capacity, and the belt will purr along. The more projects you put on it, the slower the belt will turn. So efficiency levels drop. Okay, the less you have on it, the faster the belt will turn, the more efficient. If you go less than 3, it will move so quick that you'll miss things. So 3 is kind of 3 to 5 is ultimately the sweet spot. Up no more than 7 would be my recommendation. And so when something comes to the table, and yes, it fits with your purpose, your passion, your why. If you've got capacity, take it on. If you haven't got capacity, earmark it for someday, okay? And each quarter you come across, bring it back to the table and say, is it now the time? So what we mean by that is, have you now finished something else you're working on to free up the capacity to drop something else in? And at that quarterly stage is when you review it every 12 weeks, and then you drop the next thing into your kind of project pipeline or goal pipeline or opportunity or business pipeline, whatever you want to call it. And that way you will maintain sufficient focus on the things that you're working on, and you'll keep a routine or habit to ensure that you're driving things forward for the long term, rather than making knee-jerk decisions which can throw a spanner in the works and cause all sorts of chaos. And I think too many people are unaware of these issues. So that's my take on it. And just to give you an example, I've put God knows how much effort into this vlog, and right, I've only recently, it's taken me 270, I think this is episode 276, that's days in a row of doing this, okay, to realise what the passion and purpose behind it is. And not only that, we created this social media agency model whereby we've got everything in place to start taking on clients now. And I made a decision yesterday morning, it's very, very fresh, that I'm not going to launch the agency. And the reason for it is that it's not entwined with my beliefs or my purpose, my passion. My model has always been scalable businesses. And okay, you can scale with people, but this agency-based business is a people resource business. You know, the more clients we take, we need the more people in the team to service them. And you know, it's going to be high ticket amounts for clients to be spending, and we have a list of people wanting to join already, which is amazing. But you know, you then got to think about the management of the people, the stress, and people, when they're paying big money, expect you at their beck and call. Now, I used to coach, you know, up to 150 clients when I was co-owner of Systems with Outsourcing, and they're all paying 400 plus a month, not all at the same time, but over the journey of coaching them over 3 years, and they just expect so much. Well, it's not maybe that they expect so much, but I want to give them so much value because they're investing their hard-earned money and trust in me and my products and services. So I would go above and beyond. And as a result, that would pull me away from some of the other things that are important in my business or my purpose and passion, you know, all these things. It was just a massive distraction. And I see the agency happening in that way before it's even launched. So we've pivoted completely, and we're now going to create an academy, a social media academy, where we teach people, you know, how to build their own internal marketing engine. You know, whether you can get leads coming in every day for each different business type, etc. And right the way through from kind of social media, content marketing to collaboration, affiliates, paid advertising, sales funnels, you know, the full shebang. We're going to kind of take them through over a 12-month program, low subscription, and but we'll do it all recorded. I've got all the processes and systems already there. They're all videoed. I just need to put them into course format and do a launch, and obviously get a bit more of an attractive lead magnet, and we're good to go. So I think, and that's scalable. We will be making massive difference to a larger number of people, and it won't take too much additional resource, and it's a scalable business model. I can systemize it, and my involvement is front-ended, and then I'm out, and it's another passive form of income, which is what I'm about. So, and you know, to summarise as well, is that the vlog now, I was so focused on my underlying message of helping entrepreneurs overcome the emotions of stress, overwhelm, and anxiety by using exercise. I'm still super passionate about that. But when I look back at the why, the deep inner why that I started running, was predominantly to raise money for children's charities. It's something that I'm hugely passionate about. I'm proud to have said I've raised £23,000 individually or as part of teams that I've developed for fundraising. And I set myself a target of raising £50,000. Now, I know I'll get there, but is that enough? You know, I've set myself some crazy challenges this vlog now because I want to make a massive difference to children's charities. And the why, the passion, the profession now is that, you know, I was challenged by my business mentor, Rob Moore, to create content every day for a year. Okay, so I've been doing that whilst I've been running, and I also challenged myself by doing crazy world record attempts, hence I'm now a converted barefoot runner. So all these things kind of coincide, and I think, well, how can I use them for the greater good? And it all comes back down to raising money for children's charities. So I've now set myself a target of raising £1 million for children's charity. Now that is crazy, okay? It's a crazy figure, and I appreciate that, but the way I'm going to do it is I've been on this streak of running every day consecutively now for 276 days, and it's pretty ingrained as a habit. It gives me so much positivity in my life. I talk about helping entrepreneurs, which is something that I'm very passionate about as well. So why don't make it epic? So I've decided that my challenge is going to be to run around the world in consecutive days, minimum of 5k every day, and based on around 50k a week, which is pretty much my run rate, then it's going to take me just over 15 years to achieve that, which is ridiculous. But I have no doubt in my mind that the traction, the kind of PR, the publicity we'll get as we get further into this challenge will be massive. You'll get all sorts of people wanting to join this journey, and hopefully it's inspiring for entrepreneurs, for people, but it's ultimately about more important things in life, which is helping children that need it the most. And it's not publicity for me. I hate being front-facing and all that side of things. Those of you who know me will know that. I hide behind the Runpreneur brand, which I'm super proud of, but it kind of hides me behind the scenes a little bit. Well, not really, because I'm blogging, but you get my gist. It's not Kevin Brittain everywhere. Everything's Runpreneur, which is what I set out to do. And we'll try and get some big corporate sponsorship, all sorts of things that kind of come with this. But I'm so excited about this. It's a massive, epic challenge. Obviously, I'm going to have to battle illnesses and injuries, and obviously there'll be some caveats for how I can continue the journey when I'm potentially not as physically able as I may normally be. But you know what? You know, if I get to my deathbed and say, you know what, I made £1 million for children's charities, then I can quite happily go, you know what, I genuinely made a positive difference to so many children's lives that really needed it. And that's what this is about. So the reason I'm talking about this is about finding your inner why, your passion and purposes now. And the Runpreneur vlog initially was going to be created to drive revenue into my different verticals of businesses. Now it's going to be completely not for profit, and every single penny raised will go to children's charities. And you know, I'm in the process of setting this up for a big marketing launch, but hopefully I'll get some endorsement from some relatively key players that can kind of give me that platform, because it is about making a greater difference. It's not about me, it's about making a greater difference. And if my content can give people some value while I'm doing it, because the challenge, running every day is challenging enough. Doing it barefooted or barefoot creates new challenges. Okay, I am a converted barefoot runner now, so it's not as big a deal as it was when I was transitioning. But to do it whilst vlogging as well every day is pretty challenging. So, and bear in mind, I'll be going for crazy world record attempts, ultra marathons and stuff as well, and still continuing with the consecutive days running. So no rest on my legs. I haven't had any rest on my legs for you know, this is day 276, and actually it's more like day 300 because I was doing it before the start date of the vlog, but for all intents and purposes I'm going to go from the start date of the vlog. So I know I've gone off a bit of a tangent, but you can see I'm super passionate about this new challenge, and because what I've come to, you know, to learn is that money, although it's essential, it's not the be all and end all. And you know, I still have targets for, you know, my goal was always, I'm not materialistic. I have a nice house, I have nice things. I don't have amazing things, but I have nice things, which is fine for me. I'm completely happy with that. My goal is more about a lasting legacy for my children, and I'm well on the right path for that as well. So now it's about what is super important to me, and that's making a difference in a very positive way to people that need it the most. And so that's where all my attention is going to go now. I'll still be working on my businesses, of course I will, but in terms of this epic journey I'm about to embark, well, I'm already on. That's where we're going now. So I hope that answers your question, Jamie. I know I've gone off on a massive tangent, but this is how you stay focused for the long term, and you will pivot and adapt along the path of the journey. But I think if you do these things correctly, you'll always stay closely aligned to your purpose, your passion, and you won't take on too much, which will mean that you continue to make the right level of progress rather than impeding yourself with overwhelm. So that's it for me today. As always, if you like this episode, give it a like, a comment and a subscribe. If you want to see similar content, do check out the playlist link where I do all sorts of similar related content around certain topics and a different topic each day. If this isn't relevant to you, no drama, just unfollow me on your social feeds. You don't have to unfriend me, just unfollowing me will stop it clustering up your social feeds. But do check out the links in my bio where you can start accessing my content on all the different platforms. I'm about to launch a blog and a podcast so that you can watch, listen or read my content moving forward, which hopefully will make it even more accessible. And all that's left to say is that the Runpreneur blog was set up to help entrepreneurs and business owners overcome the emotions of stress, overwhelm and anxiety by using exercise as a release valve, or in my case, running. Now, that will continue, the content will be continued about this, but the bigger purpose now is about raising money for children's charities. So you'll see this intro and outro to my vlog changing over the next couple of weeks, but the content will still remain because I'm super passionate about helping entrepreneurs, because that's what I know and that's what I've done for so many years. So it makes complete sense to do so. And you know, every single entrepreneur and business owner experiences these emotions, and if you don't have that release valve to release the daily, weekly pressures, then they build up, and it's like pressure that builds up in a pipe. And if you release them, you're processing the stresses, you're analysing, you're gaining clarity and focus, and you're moving on. If you don't process them, the stresses build, they turn into overwhelm, where you freeze, you're overwhelmed, it's like an entrepreneurial seizure, and then before you know it, anxiety kicks in, you're having anxiety attacks, panic attacks, mental health related challenges, and it's not a good place to be. Now, I've been there, I've lost multiple businesses because of this, I've lost multiple business partners, and I've almost been bankrupt, and I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy to go through the trauma that I've kind of been from. I'm still battle scarred from it, and I always will be. And so my pledge to you is that if you're somebody who's feeling the early signs of these pains, drop me a message, and many have already done so, and I'll jump on a call with you. I'll talk through some of the things that I've integrated into my daily, weekly routines that have made a monumental difference to my life. And as an example, it's no coincidence that over the past 9 months of doing this running vlog that I've made more progress than in the previous 4 years. So there's your social proof. So jump on a call with me. There's no catch, I'm not selling you anything, okay? There's no sales associated with this, it's just I want to help you. And if I can give you some stepping stones to get back on the right path, then this has been entirely worthwhile. And help is there. We're often too scared to ask for it, and we often think it's going to cost a fortune. But there's a lot of people who offer it for free. You just have to be prepared to ask. And it can often come more likely in the form of strangers than nearest and dearest. And I've had many of these calls now with entrepreneurs, and I know that we've made some significant positive differences to their lives, and that's what I want to continue doing as a part of what this vlog is all about. So don't be stubborn, reach out, help is there, you just have to ask. So on that note, all I have to say is if you like this episode, give it a like, comment and a subscribe, share it as well when we start looking at the bigger message. And if you want to see similar content, check out the playlist link. And all that's left to say is stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you tomorrow.